After the June 5th recall election, Racine County had a recount. The MacIver News Service was there as the county clerk discovered there were problems in how poll workers conducted the election. Voters did not sign poll lists. Poll workers pre-initialed blank ballots. And there were breaks in the chain of custody of the ballot bags, during which time the bags were opened and resealed. Sworn testimony during the recount revealed the election inspectors did not know who was responsible for the final condition of the bags.
What we're looking at on the table right now looks different than the way you left the bag on election night.
Different in the fact that I don't remember this packing tape being on there.
There was at least one case of two officials giving conflicting testimony that was never resolved.
It does not look properly sealed.
If that is something you would look at either election night or the day after the election, is that a bag that you would want rebagged or double bagged?
We would have called the chief for an explanation and had it bagged appropriately.
When I sealed it with one bag, so this, what you guys just saw me, I don't know nothing about that small bag is out of the bag. When I put the ballots in, it was one bag.
Were you called in by the city clerk's office the day after the election?
Yes, I was. I was called in to sign a bag that I didn't sign.
Whoever did reseal the bags never came forward. However, the Government Accountability Board's executive director, Kevin Kennedy, told the MacIver News Service it doesn't really matter.
With the recounts, you could identify, were the bags properly sealed, were they open, what does that mean? But we also have, because Wisconsin has a paper backup for every vote, does it match the electronic count? And that's actually one of the benefits of electronic voting is on election night, you've got a printout right there of the machine totals. And in a place like Racine, where all of the ballots were fed into the machine on election night to generate that total, you can then go back as part of the recount. They're looked at in the recount, they're retabulated by the machine, and you can tell if there, if there was a problem. You might have raised questions about sealing, resealing ballot bags, but the totals match up. The explanation tends to be the more benign explanation.
The Racine Sheriff's Department received complaints about the election and conducted a brief investigation. It never looked into the ballot bags. Kennedy says it's not the GAB's job to investigate crimes.
We have copies of the reports. We reviewed those reports because, again, a lot of the allegations they were looking at were criminal allegations. But for our standpoint, we wanted to know what kind of information did they have, because we wanted to incorporate that into training. We had reached out to Racine to make sure that they would not have this kind of problems in the future.
Kennedy has been in charge of training the state's poll workers for the past 29 years. He says the problems in Racine can be solved with more training.
We did take a very proactive role, and we will continue to do that because we want Racine, like the other 1,850 municipalities, to be running efficiently so that people are confident that the process is being run the way it should be.
As long as that confidence does not rely on knowing who opened and resealed ballot bags in Racine between the election and the recount, and why. For the MacIver Institute, I'm Bill Osmulski.